So that's patriarchy.
That's your minute, by the way. So.
All right, well, I'll shut up. But the
Everything litty, I love when it's hot.
Jordan Peterson. I'm not anti-feminist. Jordan Peterson said it, not me. I did one Jordan Peterson video, and I kind of let the response from the video mess with me. So I was kind of scared to get back into Jordan Peterson videos, but in the end of the day, I be having to realize I can't let people that's having a bad day with themselves, make me have a bad day, make me second guess myself because, of the content. I can't explain it. It was like, dang, people, more people liked it, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of backlash from it. You're not supposed to do this, stick to this. We come to you for this, not this. I want to get into everything, guys. I don't want to just be music guy, this guy, that guy. I want to learn about Jordan Peterson and the feminist stuff, too. I want to learn about everything. Why can't I? Don't try to hold me down, y'all. That ain't right. I wouldn't do that to y'all. Kick your ass, I'll tell you that. Follow me on everything in the description, too. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. There's merchandise in the description as well. It's different links. Hey, Jordan Peterson, what you got to say, man? I'm listening. When I play Jordan, I just listen. I soak up the information. And that's what it is. What you got, Jay, man?
The first thing I would say is that I'm not anti-feminist per se. I mean, I think the idea that the world would benefit from the movement of talent from both sexes into the workplace as rapidly as possible is something that anyone with any sense should share, given the the rarity of talent and the necessity for utilizing it. I do stand by my original statement, though, that there's a brand of more radical feminism that insists that our culture is best characterized as an oppressive patriarchy, and I think that, first of all, that's an appalling sociological doctrine, and I think it has very negative psychological effects. And they won't be limited to men, because if it's true that there's something toxic, let's say, about masculinity per se, what that will inevitably mean is that as women adopt more masculine roles, traditionally, what is that toxicity somehow going to go away?
But that's a straw man, because no one says there's anything toxic about masculinity per se.
What do you mean no one says that?
People
The term exists.
Hold on. I was about to say the same thing, Jordan. Jordan looked like, hold on, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know where this is headed right now. This is what I'm thinking in the first minute. Women, I love you guys. I'm going to switch that because that sounds kind of... Women, I love you. Women are developing more men traits, more masculine traits, I should say, as the times go along. And it's half the men's fault. Some men can't even take care of themselves. And it make women, need a woman to support them. Half these guys out here living with these females, using their car, using their money. They're the man in a relationship. So in a way, we got to blame time. I don't know. But back in the day, women were a little different. They were a lot more submissive. Not saying you guys don't listen now. But back then, they were a lot more submissive. Listen to their man, do what they say. Men used to have multiple wives back then, too. It was allowed. 3, 4, 5 wives. What happened to the times? Why times changed when I want to get here? Talk, Jordan. My bad. I got to talking.
Toxicity is somehow going to go away.
But that's a
So
straw
it's-
man because no one says there's anything toxic about masculinity per se.
What do you mean no one says that?
People
The
use-
term exists.
No, they
How is that a straw man? But where did the
because
term
it's
come
a
from?
phrase that's used about forms of masculinity that are harmful to men and women. It's not about masculinity per se. You must know that.
I
You
read the
argue
American
about this.
Psychological Association guidelines for the treatment of boys and men, and I know perfectly well that this is no straw man. And it's not only devoted towards what you might describe as the more aggressive ends of masculine behavior. It's aimed at masculinity in a much broader range of. There's a much broader range of accusations that are under the surface than that. And so I don't see in what way at all that it's a straw
Okay,
man.
I'm just going to pause that argument for
agree
a
to
second
disagree, I
and
think,
go
on
to Catherine McGregor. And Catherine, I mean, you've lived on both sides of the gender fence. So what are your thoughts on
I'm sorry, guys. Why Catherine just start laughing when they start talking to her? She tried to hold it in. Catherine, what's going on? He said she was on both sides of the okay,
I'm
let me
just
listen.
going to
Let me
pause that
listen.
argument for a
Agree to
second
disagree, I
and
think,
go
on that
to Catherine McGregor. And Catherine, I mean, you've lived on both sides of the gender fence. So what are your thoughts on these issues? And just go back to the question that
I
was
don't
raised.
know whether that qualifies me or disqualifies me, frankly. Sorry, guys, I ratted on the team, but not because, not for any sociological reason. It was intensely personal. I gather we might address that. But look, I'm not entirely out of sympathy with Jordan's critique. I'm the oldest person on this panel, bar you, Tony, and in my lifetime, I've seen rolling institutional crises through the West. You know, the great American settlement based on Bretton Woods and NATO and the United Nations and so on is fraying globally in the area that I can talk about with some authority. We're seeing a dissolving global order now with the rise of two autocratic totalitarian capitalist states, which is replicating the conditions of the 1930s. And I gather we're not doing the geostrategic stuff, but I think it's very alarming. When Robert F. Kennedy, who was my political hero, was running for the presidency of the United States in 1968, he addressed disenfranchised African Americans who were wearing the backlash from many white men who were losing their jobs or perceiving that they were losing their jobs. Mm-hmm. The deindustrialisation of the West as jobs are exported to the developing world, all of these factors are, Bobby Kennedy said it wasn't Germaine Greer that said it. He said, when you remove from a man the right to stand before his family as a breadwinner, and people will say that's patriarchal.
That's your minute, by the way. So
all right, well, I'll shut up. But the removal of meaningful work amongst especially unskilled men has a political consequence. And it's been washing through the American system since 1980 with the Reagan Democrats, the fraying of the New Deal coalition. I don't entirely agree with Jordan's analysis, but the problem can't be gainsaid. And 3 million books later in 50 languages or whatever it is, I bought your book, by the way, and you're outselling Shane Warne. Now, that's a culturally specific reference.
Catherine,
That
smooth
delights
with
me
the
in two
talk.
ways, because in Australian cricket, no one has more bleached blonde hair or has had more work done than I, but Warne is a close second.
What's up with Catherine? She seemed like a gangster for real. Jordan Peterson's eating it up. Everybody at the table's eating Catherine up. I don't know if that sounds right, but yeah, she seems like a gangster in a way. You know, she sly with the talk. You know, why did he say she has her look on both sides of the perspective? I'm confused right there, but she did break it down right there. And you know, a man always wants to be the breadwinner in the family. If the man doesn't want to be a breadwinner in the family, I don't know what type of guy you got, ladies. Oh crap! Is that the end? Hold on.
we should put that out on Twitter, Catherine.
Yeah, I don't know what type of man you got. He should always want to look out for you, be the breadwinner, take care of you, take y'all to places, new heights. But in return, you have to only be there for him. No cheating, no nothing, no looking at other men attractively, none of that stuff. That's the hard part. And with this day and age, it sucks. I'm sorry to say. It's just hard. Social media kind of made relationship idia super hard. It's hard to just, back then you couldn't just look at your phone and see a girl with a big butt just wobbling in your face. Soon as you open up, your social media. You're going to look at the latest news. Before you get to the news, there's a giant ass shaking in your face. How can you not look at it? They got new things to do to them now. They're getting them done, the new jobs, and they look, if it's not a giant booty in your face, it's girls half naked, nipple showing, booty out. Girls, it's guys on there, long beard, perfect lineups, all type of stuff. You got washboard abs. I'm sitting here with the dad bod. Can't see it. So I understand. Hey, what's next, y'all? What's next, y'all? Should I keep going? What should I watch? Should I watch more in depth? Jordan Peterson, I'm not a feminist. I seen an hour video. I didn't know if I should watch that hour-long video. I don't know if y'all would be interested in it. Let me know. If you made it this far, hit the like button if you didn't. But until next time, y'all. Peace.